Pace car lights are off. It's about to make that hard left turn down pit road. And for the third consecutive week, John Delaney is going to lead the pack to the stripe. Let's see, when is he going to get on it? Kind of checking up the field here. A late start for Jonathan Delaney. Kind of different than what we usually see out of the strategy. He's kind of a guy that likes to get going, but they're under green. And it's a great start from Delaney. The outside lane not quite getting the run. So Delaney is clear. He's got Cameron Stone behind him. Those two have quite a history of working together and getting pretty good results doing so. And behind them, you got Bryson Hicksenbach, who I'm sure is hungry for a good finish today and possibly a win. 15 wins last season, and this season in the 100% Cup Series, no wins yet, largely due to Adam Benefield. He has shown up in the league, and he has had some really great finishes. He's gotten a couple wins now, and honestly been the one that has denied that 63 car victory lane. Well, tonight, Adam Benefield is busy with a real-life racing venture, and he was unable to show up to the race tonight for the 100% Cup Series. So that's kind of going to maybe open the door up to some of these guys who have been chasing it early in the season.
And that's something I just wanted to point out was if you look at the stats thus far this season, they've been updated since Homestead. You see Adam Benefield and a lot of these names like Cameron Stone, Jonathan Delaney, and Bryson Hicksenbach all at the top of the stats page. And if you look, they've not only do they have the most laps led, but these are guys that are consistently so far in the top 5, top 10 at the finish of every race. So you're seeing guys that are rising to the top early, and you're definitely going to see a lot more of that tonight and probably into the next few weeks of races. We're going to see these guys, that are just dominant. They're there, they're hungry, they're trying to stay consistent through this long, very long season ahead of us.
Indeed, it is a long season, and like you said, we're starting to see it's starting to get into the nitty-gritty, as I like to call it, of the season, where, as you said, as we see the 63 of Bryson Hicksenbach just get a massive run out of turn 2. He's going to clear the number 9 of Jonathan Delaney, and looks like we're going to have a new leader here at Las Vegas. It looks like Bryson Hicksenbach on that 63 Chevy Camaro is going to bring it around to lead lap number 4. Bringing on to lap number 5, Bryson Hicksenbach is your leader.
And they're going to be side by side for second. Delaney battling it out for that P2 position with Cameron Stone in that 57. And then right behind him, making himself a part of the battle, Robert Miller, who I believe is a rookie to the league, or at the very least has very few starts so far. He's making a great showing. He had a great qualifying effort, made his way past a couple of cars. Now he is running up right behind the lead pack here. So he's going to try to make some moves. And I'm looking at that car, and it really does look like he has quite a bit more entry speed than the two cars that are battling it out in front of him. So if he can just find a good line or have one of these guys open the door, I think he's going to be able to make a move. But John Delaney, that blue number 9 car, he is getting wicked loose up on the top lane. He got way sideways. He had to make a few corrective maneuvers there with the steering wheel and get that thing straightened out, but he's lost a lot of time. He's going to drop back to 4th. That's going to put Robert Miller up into P3. Try to take a look at a replay, see exactly what happened. This is him making his way down pit road, and you can see from that replay, I think the damage is already present, so whatever happened must have been prior to him entering the pit lane. Might have been right before, might have been a ways before. I guess we're just going to find out as we rewind a little bit, following along with that 09 Damaris Hickenbottom. And, okay, that could have been it. We're on the back stretch now, and he just got loose. Coming out of turn 2, got a little bit loose, scraped that wall, and it just bounced him all the way down into that outlet for the safety cars. Ironically, probably the least safe section of the backstretch. That was a hard hit. I'm surprised he didn't get more damage than he did, honestly.
Yeah, that was a real life hit. That's definitely a headache and a lot of medicine the next morning because you're sore after that.
Across the line for lap 80. Now that we're on lap 80, after 10 cars have completed lap 80, the admins are going to throw the caution. The stage will be over. We'll have a winner declared for stage 1. But for right now, Cameron Stone's got one more lap to try to make a move on this 9 car.
Yeah, and he is driving the pants off that race car right now. If they wore pants, that is. But, he gets a little bit loose, a little bit of bobble there from the 57, but gathers it up. He's getting a run back at him. It's going to be a battle out of 3 right here. And 4 to see if that 57 can get past the 9. But that 9 hugging the white line like it is his favorite, Granny. He's not going to give up that low lane there to the 57.
And that's going to be Bryson Hicksenbach in the 63 winning stage 1. It's going to be Robert Miller in second. Delaney is going to hold off the hard-charging 57 for P3. And Cameron Stone's going to have to settle in fourth. You got Petrucco holding off Kevin Steele for P5. And then you've got Dustin Hall in P6. Kevin Steele dropping down to P7 for that stage. Behind him, to round out the top 10 for the stage, you got Ryan Branham, Mason Lowry, and RJ Root top 10. So quite this stage. A lot of clean racing, but also quite a few close calls that maybe could have been a little bit more than they were. So some drivers lucking out for sure. And we are back from the overdrive here at Las Vegas. I hope you guys enjoyed those sights and sounds. Always love the engine sounds of the cars in this simulator. Very beautiful thing for sure. And right now, not much has changed in the racing picture. We still got Robert Miller with quite a gap back to second place, about a second to Bryson Hixenbaugh. We got a replay. Looks like something might have happened here, Ashton. We're going to take a look. Coming through turn, I believe that's 3 and 4. That's the 82 car. Trying to come down onto pit road, it looks like. On the apron.
Whoa!
Oh!
That's a tough hit.
Just lost it right there. I mean, it came around on him, and there was nothing he could do. I mean, as a driver, when that rear end steps out like that on the apron, as slick as it is, there's not a whole lot you can do, man. So,
maybe trying to pit before the stage end. They're trying to get some position on track.
Yeah, definitely, that is something you can do if you pit a few laps before the stage end. Then when the stage does end, then you're pretty much good to go. You don't have to come in when everybody else does. You can gain some track position. Kind of a risky strategy at some tracks, depending on if you go a lap down while you're pitting. You also got to be careful because there is a rule where the pits do close, I believe, when there's 2 to go in the stage. So they got to be wary of that. But it is the last lap of the stage, currently on lap 160 of the race. Robert Miller in that 10 car leading the way.
Not very far ahead.
That is actually going to be the stage over, I think. Nope. Well, I'm a little confused. The 10 car let the 77 go. He might have just been giving... Oh, I think this 10 car was giving the 77 his lap back before he crossed the line. Now, now the stage is concluding. I wondered why he was slowing down through the corners, and then it made sense. But
quite the risky move to do that, especially with Bryson and Cameron were right there behind him, battling for third and second.
Yeah, not far behind him at all. And definitely could have been risky, but there is the stage caution. Your top 10 for stage 2 is going to be Robert Miller winning the stage, Bryson Hixenbaugh P2, Cameron Stone, Dustin Hall, John Delaney, Mason Lowry, Kevin Steele, RJ Root P8, Ryan Samuelson 9th, and Preston McRae in that 53 car to round out in the top 10. So those are the drivers that are going to be getting stage points. Now these guys are going to get their cars wound down. They're going to head down pit road, get their car serviced, and then once that 10 car makes its way out of pit road, we're going to try to have a word with our stage winner.
Besides the pit stops, I'm going to stop talking because these drivers are bringing it up to the restart zone. Robert Miller, big jump there. He's already on the apron. Did you see Dustin Hall? He's in that P3 position behind him. Cameron Stone, Bryson Hixenbaugh, 24 of Kevin Steele, and the 57 of Cameron Stone. All getting a decent restart, but it looks like Robert Miller is going to be the class of that field. Massive restart right there, and he's got a big jump.
Cameron Stone dropping to the bottom here, trying to get out early past Bryson Hixenbaugh. He is almost shoving Dustin Hall down that back straightaway as they enter turn 3 here. And it's really looking like they're going to have not quite the car breakaway that they had in stage 2, as the rest of the field kind of keeping pace.
Bryson Hixenbaugh not having the best restart. He started up there in row 1, unfortunately dropping back to P4. And Dustin Hall, I think, has been really making some moves. He had a great pit stop, gained some track position there. Now on this restart, he moved up into second. Now he's being challenged by Cameron Stone, 57 car, trying to get down on that white line, and he's going to get clear of the one. Looks like Bryson Hixenbaugh is going to be in tow, so those two are actually going to get back around Dustin Hall. And that 57 car, I think we've seen it all night, guys. He has a lot of short run speed. That car is bad fast in his opening laps on the stages. And as time goes on, it seems like it starts to fade. So I gotta wonder what Cameron Stone is going to do to try to counter that sort of long run fall off that he's been experiencing all night.
Oh, he's got a bigger run down the backstretch right now, but looks like the 10 did shut the door on him. 63 all over the back bumper right now with this 57 of Cameron Stone. These guys are getting pretty racy in the first 3 spots right here.
Racy indeed. Cameron Stone now going to the high side. He tried to pass down low. The door was closed on him. So now he's running that middle lane, middle to high, and carried a little bit of momentum. He's going to get a run down the straightaway.
Oh,
Question
Dre
is,
Regan in the back.
where does he take this run? Looks like nowhere. He's going to stay in line right there in second. And really trying to use that high line, the 57, utilizing that middle lane, and it's just not quite getting the momentum that he's seeking with the 63 right on his bumper. We got a replay. Looks like something might have happened further back in the field, like you said there, Josh. And whoa! Whoa, my goodness. I believe that was at the 40.
That's the 48 of
40.
Jacob Adams.
What a save by the 48.
Yeah.
Almost identical to Damaris Hickenbottom's spin early in stage 1.
I don't know how he gathered that back up right there.
That was some driving, man. He got up on that wheel as soon as that thing got sideways and brought it back around. I don't know how he did that either, but we got to move to the lead.
Yeah. Bryson Hickenbottom, he's sticking it on that white line. He's putting it to the 10 of Robert Miller as he's going to drag race him back down the Nellis straightaway right here. They're going to bring it into turn 3. Let's see. Oh, this is a battle right here. That 10 car hasn't been the strongest when he gets up too wide and in battles, so I'm pretty sure he's going to want to try to get back clear of the 63 right here soon.
Cody's not giving that position up easy. He actually rallied back on the high side and got door-to-door with the leader. All the while, Robert Miller closed in another 2/10. So Cody apparently really wants to stay on the lead lap here, but Cameron Stone is going to get clear of him. Cody's going to have to fall in line right there behind him. That took quite a while to make that pass. But overall, right now, lap 266 out of 267, we're going to be coming to the white flag this time, and it's still a 3.3 second gap to second place. As long as Cameron Stone keeps it clean, I think he's set.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if Cody Bird there trying to do Ryan Newman justice here in this league and be the tough guy to pass, you know?
Maybe, but the white flag has flown. And Cameron Stone working his way through 1 and 2, still 3.3 seconds over second place. Jonathan Delaney, third place. He's running about 11 seconds back, so quite a big gap back to third. But Cameron Stone rounding turns 3 and 4 after a very admittedly frustrating and by his own words start to the season. He is going to get a win at a track that he said he doesn't even like. Cameron Stone is going to win Las Vegas for the 100% Cup Series.
Definitely impressive. Definitely an impressive drive by that driver, especially in a car that he said himself was, in his words, he would say it was probably booty cheeks. So definitely a car that Cameron Stone probably wasn't happy with starting this drive, but I'm sure he has no complaints now that he's about to do a burnout in that thing.
Absolutely. To round out your finishing order while Cameron Stone burns it to the ground, the race results are as such. Cameron Stone is your winner. Robert Miller second. Jonathan Delaney in third. Again, this man can't finish anywhere but third, it seems like. He is just one of the most consistent drivers, it would seem, getting third 3 times in a row. RJ Root, P4. Mason Lowry, P5. Wayne Grassy, Ryan Samuelson, Chad Edwards, Kevin Steele, Dalton Mobley, Cody Bird, Preston McRae, Justin Hall, Patrick Much, Rich Petrucco, Bryce Hoffman, Ryan McDaniel, Bryce Nixonbaugh, 2 laps down after that incident, Tim Rail, Brian Branham, Chad Sanner, Jacob Adams, Brandon Pierce, Jonathan Gilpin, Dan Field, Samaris Hickenbottom, we're not going to miss him, Brandon Hastings, rounding out your field in 27. Cameron Stone, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you finally got a win after a kind of frustrating start to the season. I know you've been frustrated for a couple weeks after the finishes you've had. I mean, they haven't been bad finishes by any means, but you were just going for that win, and it never quite came to fruition. Now at Vegas, a track that you told me you hated, you pulled out the win. How'd you do it, bud?
Really spent a lot of time this week trying to get practice. Really just getting used to the fact that there's really not a lot you can do the first 10, 20 laps. Cars just going to be all over top of each other, and you just got to save what you got. If you can get into clean air, then you can take off. And I was trying to get it all night. Robert was doing a real good job keeping people behind him. He was blocking me pretty good down there in 1 and 2, but he's doing what he's got to do. But once I did get by him, he slipped up over there in stage 3. And once I got by, I just took off. So that's what I figured would happen. Really got to thank all the guys at Nexus Esport for working hard on these sets, and got to thank Carmen for letting me get all this time and not being mad at me for getting all this practice I need this week. It's been a rough few weeks, but glad to get forward in victory lane here.
Definitely an impressive drive, and I remember talking to you, Cameron, at the probably 5 hours till the race mark, and I was talking to you before the race, and you said you were scrambling to figure out this setup still. You said this car was awful, you couldn't figure it out, and here you are sitting in victory lane. So I gotta ask, what'd you figure out in those 5 hours that you couldn't figure out, like you said, in the past 16 hours?
Well, biggest thing that biggest change, I guess, was just me and Robert were just talking about it while we were in the waiting room there. It feels like the car just gets tight, especially when you're behind somebody. And then when you put more wheel in it, as soon as you get on the gas, it gets loose. So probably saw people all night getting loose in the center and on the way off the corner. So really, you just got to be conscious of that all the time and try not to push too much when you're behind somebody, because once you get within about a half a second, there's really not a lot of grip in the front end. So just really taking advantage of any mistakes people make around you. I mean, there's no way I win this race if Robert had ran stage 3 the way he did the first 2. So didn't all come down to setup tonight. It really came down to that clean air, which we've seen the last couple of weeks.
It definitely seemed like while some of these guys excelled in that clean air, they didn't excel like you did. It seemed that you excelled better than them in the dirty air on top of being in the clean air. Like, you had that all-around car compared to them, compared to, you know, some of the front runners. And to win at a track that that's not your favorite, you've stated you hate mile and a halves, to win here at this track probably means a lot. How do you take this momentum? And we're going to a short track next week, which is one of your favorites. We're going to Phoenix. You know, how do you take this momentum and move forward with that into the rest of the season?
I mean, I've had Phoenix circled on the calendar since we left Auto Club. I mean, I'm so tired of running these aero-dependent races. You know, for you guys up there, it's probably pretty exciting, but being in the car, it's really frustrating to know you have a fast car and can't go anywhere because there's just someone in front of you stealing wind. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to short tracks. Having to use the brake and a little bit of off throttle time is going to be really fun. Might have to rethink my statement about Las Vegas. I only won at 1.5 miles last year, and this was it. Won in playoffs last year, so I don't know. Maybe this is one I need to start looking forward to a little bit more.
That might be the case, man. But awesome drive tonight.
Absolutely. Cameron, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to shout out or thank?
Absolutely. A whole lot of them. Got to thank Carmen for not getting mad at me for spending a bunch of time on the sim. I want to thank Conrad, Megan, Mom, Dad. I know you guys are watching the race. They watch all of them, and they've been pretty supportive the last few weeks that have been pretty tough on me. So appreciate them hanging in there. I got to thank Coors Light. We sporting the Coors Light seltzer car this week, trying to save the rivers out there in America. You guys go out and do your part. Buy you a 6-pack of Coors Light seltzers. Got to thank Kevin Steele, all the boys over at Apex, and got to thank you guys for putting on these good broadcasts for everybody.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Cameron. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Thank you, boy.